Hello, everybody. Hello. So, as you can see, I've changed my computer setup around a little bit. And today we're just going to have a more relaxed sort of Becky 101, what are your income streams sort of conversation. And I wrote down notes, about some of the things I want to talk about. So, I have been, this is my second set of time working from home. I started out January 2021 as a tutor for Cambly, and I'm still active on that site. My specialty was teaching business English to international students. I also taught resume and interview skills, so it was kind of like that. That was mostly what I did. And it was okay money. Cambly is a company that pays by the minute for the talk minute. You are a 1099 contractor. And it was one of those jobs that it's feast or famine. Either you're really busy back to back calls, or it's like crickets. So just kind of crazy. And a little bit about me. I just turned 47 years old, and I am divorced. I currently live in the Southwest. So let's talk a little bit about money, because for those of you who have seen my Q&As, um, you know we have. Sorry. Um, I got my iced coffee with me today. Okay. 2021 has been a rough road. And I want to talk to you a little bit about the pros and cons of my experiences. And I've tried to be very transparent this year about the things that have gone on, things that have gone right, things that have gone wrong. So it's kind of like, So let's talk a little bit about the multiple income streams. And I've got my handy calculator. I have usually had about 3 income streams. So the first, well, we'll start with the smallest. The smallest income stream was basically $100 to $200 a month. This YouTube channel is fairly new. It's less than a year from the last time I reformatted it. And I get the YouTube money, I get Etsy money, I get money from Amazon. I do publish on Amazon quite a bit, so I get royalties. I'm a Udemy course instructor. I get royalties from that, teaching people how to do things. So I do a lot of teaching. And then I have another income that's fairly steady that'll be going away soon. And that is roughly $1,000. And then I've had the work from home incomes, and that has either been very good or not. So I do want to talk to you a little bit about those income streams. So overall, I get between $1,500 and $2,500 a month net to me a month in income stream. So it's I would prefer it to be more toward the 2,500. But I think it's I budget for 1,500, and then whatever happens goes to sinking funds on my budgets. So let's talk about the pros and cons. Um, I'm sorry about the and it's I have had a deep struggle with, do I become a W-2 employee? Do I stay a 1099 contractor? And here's some of the issues. I've got some health problems, and I see regular doctors, and I see specialists. And keeping those appointments as a W-2 employee was extremely difficult. Many companies do require attendance to be mandatory for so many days, and unfortunately, you can only push off appointments so long. So while I enjoy the money, having that hourly money being closer to the $2,500, and I just need that flexibility. And but the problem is when you have a flexibility of a 1099 contractor, you're not always assured that money per hour. So what's the difference? The W-2, or W-4, W-2, whatever, the employee, you are paid per hour or salaried to provide certain skills and services to the company. 1099, you are self-employed, your own boss, you handle your own taxes, no taxes are taken out. And one of the good things about 1099 is that you have flexibility of scheduling. So I prefer to work weekends and I prefer to work nights, leaving the majority of my days free. And as I start out doing all that, it's kind of hard to say, you're going to make this much money. So it's, you all have seen me go anywhere from T-Tech, Broadpath, Omni, and Sutherland in the past year. That's a lot. T-Tech, I did not meet the technical requirements, and I had severe tech issues. T-Tech, though, is a wonderful company. It is just a wonderful company to work for. They were very welcoming, but I just did not meet the technical requirements. The laptop computer that I am doing this on now, I did not have while I was working for T-Tech. And my internet package was not as good. So we kind of separated after that, no fault on, me or them. But I just did not have everything together in my home office that I needed in order to be a successful agent. So Broadpath, good company again, another good company. I just didn't click with the client. And I was like, and both of those were regular employee. So, during that time, the training and nesting and production for those companies, I was having a hard time making all my doctor's appointments. And I'm like, well, I need to switch this up, maybe find a 1099. So I went and joined Omni. And the problem with Omni is you've had so many agents looking for just a few shifts. So every Monday, every Wednesday, every Thursday, it went different with their clients. They would use Shiftboard or a program like Shiftboard, and you would sit there in half-hour increments, try to get all of your time in. And they were like, well, this is the best we can do. And I wasn't making the money. And I was like, well, maybe I need to give the regular employee thing one more try. So I sat there and joined Sutherland. And Sutherland was fine. I went through training, went through nesting, I'm in production. But me and a couple other people were not making the same metrics that needed to be. So we talked it over with the my supervisor, my team lead, and she's like, you and you and you, you're not doing this, this, and this. I got some one-on-one with her, and it just was to the point that given the time that I was working there, and given this, given that, the metrics weren't doing well, it just wasn't a good fit. So I was like, crud. I don't want to cuss, but crud. Heck yeah. So it just didn't do well. So I took some time to reevaluate, talked with family, and kind of, what do I do? Do I focus on health and then work a job around it? or do I try again with a job and focus the health around it? Well, I've got a couple of different health problems that are long term, and having regular doctor's appointments is something that I need to do. And it was kind of hard to sit there and let that money go because the money was good. The money was good with Sutherland. Um, but I was like, well, I've got other income streams. And as long as I make at least that take home pay of $1,500 a month, then, the bills are covered. I've got a little extra money, but having close to the 2,500, it was a little more like savings, saved up for things I wanted, things that I want to have. But, there's just no wiggle room for the doctor's appointments. There just isn't. And I need to, because they are different doctors, I don't see them all on the same day. So there's like 1 month there might be 2 appointments, the next month there might be 3, another month there'd be 0. So it was difficult. So I am back with the company as a 1099 because this is what I need to do. And the company has multiple clients. I want to talk a little bit about live ops. I had worked for them before I got a divorce, and I had done infomercial customer service. So that's what I had done with them. They have multiple clients that you can pick and choose from. So my thoughts and feelings on this is I've already signed up for my first client, and I go to certification in the middle of April. And it pays, let's get this out. It pays per talk minute, but if you're talking for an hour, it pays $18.60 an hour. This is a company that you have to hold your taxes back. So I've already got that set up. When I was with Omni, I had a QuickBooks account for freelancers. I paid the internet bill. You get so much room space, that you can count off on your taxes. So there's a lot of good stuff like that. So that wasn't bad. And I know starting out, I don't know if the calls are going to be back to back. But the client requires at least, 18, 20 hours, something like that. But you can do whatever hours you want. And they use Shiftboard. And you just kind of do whatever hours works for you. I will likely get 2 clients and work one during the weekdays and another on the weekends part-time, or work one Monday through Thursday and then another one Friday through Saturday. So I often ask, because they've got a discussion group, Live Ops Nation, and there's some Facebook groups. And there's a lot of discussion of how many hours do you work. And I've always worked, like the YouTube, I do most videos during the weekend for the week coming after. So I've already done Friday's video. And that's my budget video. And if you have followed my budgeting videos, you see exactly where all the money goes. So I am doing this video literally Wednesday morning. It's 1:05 a.m. Central Time. So this one was a little late. I was trying to write my notes and get a little organized about the things I want to talk about. So it's important to know, like, I know I won't be talking like, well, let's back it up. I'm going to be getting, again with the calculator, 31 cents per talk minute. I'm assuming that I'm going to talk 45 minutes out of the hour, and that's $13.95 an hour. If you do 20 hours a week, that's $2.79. I get paid twice a month, so that's just an extra $5.58. And that's just for, 20 hours. I do want to work 2 clients, and I've had my eye on one of them. for a while now, and I think it'll give me a little more financial security. If one slows down, the other one picks up, and it's, get that money where it needs to be. So we know that the doctor's appointments is one reason that a W 2 does not work for me. Another one is likely it is tied into money. So the money aspect of, like, if you only work 15 hours, $15 an hour, and you're working 40 hours a week, that is your $600 a week. With live ops, there are people like live ops pays on the 1st and on the 16th. So it's a 15-day, just a little over 2 weeks. In my group, not my group, but Miss Nicole's group, shout out to Miss Nicole. In her group, we have people who are very transparent with what they have made. And some of them are pulling out a few $100s. They're just doing a mom, just a little extra money for the family. Okay? We have other people that work it, like their lives depend on it, and they're pulling in $1,000. There are people who have maybe 2-3 clients, and they work. Like, they work. A lot of people, live ops is the second income. Some people, live ops is the first income. So the good thing about live ops is they use a site called OpenForce. So OpenForce updates how many talk minutes you've had and how much per minute you make. So at the end of the day, some of it updates quickly. If you're working like a Saturday, Sunday, or Friday, Saturday, Sunday, that updates Monday. And you can see as you go on in the pay period, hey, I'm on track. So OpenForce is the way that you get paid. And you get paid direct deposit. And so if you work the 1st through the 15th, you're paid the next 1st. So there is like this big hump, okay? And so you need to have a little bit of money set aside for that hump, which I do. And the good thing about OpenForce is that you, unlike Omni, so I'll just, let's back this up. So Omni, they didn't tell you immediately how many hours you got. So they paid for some training, and it wasn't paid training per se, but you could attend training classes and still do it within your time and get paid. And then there was, your regular time. And OpenForce, end of the day, Tuesday, going into Wednesday morning, I'm like, okay, let's look at Tuesday and see how much money I made, how many minutes I talked. Some clients, if you transfer them over to sales or to another department, you get paid per transfer, like $1.50 per transfer. So I know people making $30, $40 a day on just transfers. And it's good. Live Ops is a good company. I'm glad to be back with them. You do have, if you all saw Monday's video, there were a lot of different sort of things going on as far as requirements. This is who we service, this, that. So I don't want to be horribly confusing about any of it, but I will put down in the video description the Live Ops link again. So if you're interested in making that money, go ahead and do that. I appreciate it. And just kind of to wrap things up, I want to thank you all. See me Friday to see how I budgeted my latest income. Bye-bye.